Welcome to The Explainer. Sometimes in politics, it's not what you see, but what they don't want you to see. In today's case, wow. So if you're into digging a little deeper, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button.
All right, let's get right into it. Take a good look at this official White House photo. At first glance, it's just another day in the Oval Office, right? Totally standard. But look closer. Something here is just off.
Wait a minute, is that a hat? Just sitting there on the famous Resolute desk during a major announcement? And it's not just any hat, it's a Gulf of America MAGA hat. But honestly, the what isn't even the weirdest part. The real mystery is, why is it there?
And just look at the placement. I mean, come on. That's a little too perfect, don't you think? It's positioned squarely over Donald Trump's clasped hands. What are the odds? And there it is, the big reveal. Turns out that hat wasn't just some random piece of memorabilia. Nope, it was a prop, strategically placed to cover up some very noticeable bruising on his right hand. We're talking about some real political sleight of hand, literally.
Okay, so let's break this down. The really important thing here is that this wasn't some casual, candid moment. This photo was snapped during a major press event announcing that the U.S. Space Command headquarters was moving to Alabama. This was big news.
So you've got the entire Alabama delegation there, a huge announcement being made, and this one hat doing some serious heavy lifting. And get this, it gets even weirder. Sources also said he was wearing makeup on his hand. We're talking a multi-layered visual trick here. But here's where it gets really interesting. If this whole thing is giving you a serious case of déjà vu, you're not crazy. Because this tactic, using a conveniently placed object to hide something, yeah, this wasn't the first time.
So let's hop in our time machine and rewind the clock just a few weeks. We're in the very same room, but there's a different object pulling off a very similar trick.
Okay, now check out these official photos. They're from high-profile meetings with the leaders of Ukraine and South Korea. And again, everything looks perfectly normal, until you realize what you can't see. This time, our prop isn't a hat, it's a model of Air Force One. And it's positioned on the coffee table in a way that just so happens to completely block the view of his feet. The reason? Allegedly, to hide some noticeably swollen ankles.
So, after everyone started buzzing about the mysterious hidden ankles, the White House finally released an official diagnosis: chronic venous insufficiency. It's basically a condition that can make it harder for blood to circulate back up from the legs, causing, you guessed it, swelling.
All right, so we've got a bruised hand, hidden by a hat, and swollen ankles, hidden by a model airplane. You gotta wonder, what's the official line on all of this?
Well, for the hand, the explanation was a 1-2 punch. Too much handshaking, plus a side effect from the aspirin he takes for his heart. And for the ankles, as we just saw, they went with the official medical diagnosis. You know, when you lay it all out like this, it starts to look an awful lot like a playbook, right? Step 1, a physical issue appears. Step 2, grab the nearest prop and hide it. And Step 3, once people start asking questions, release a plausible-sounding explanation. So, that's what the White House had to say. But what about the man at the center of it all? What was Donald Trump's take on all of the speculation about his health? Well, he came out swinging, calling the whole thing fake news. He basically argued that the media was making a mountain out of a molehill, saying he did a bunch of great news conferences, took 2 days off, and suddenly everyone was spinning it into a health crisis. And then, in a classic political pivot, he turned the attention to his rival, Joe Biden, claiming that Biden's absences from the public eye never got the same level of scrutiny from the press. Okay, a hat hiding a bruise, a plane hiding ankles, it's all kind of funny, right? Like a weird political magic show. But beyond the strange photos, let's get serious for a second. Why does any of this actually matter? Well, it really just boils down to this. The health of any world leader is a pretty big deal. So when we see official photos using these kinds of tricks to hide physical issues, it naturally makes you ask questions about transparency. Where do you draw the line between just managing public image and actively concealing something the public might have a right to know? So what's the final verdict on this strange game of political hide-and-seek? Is this just clever, if maybe a little clumsy, PR to control the story? Or is it a sign of a more concerning pattern of covering things up? Seriously, what's your take? Drop your theories down in the comments below. And if you want more explainers that break down all the weirdness behind the headlines, you know what to do. Smash that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.